Kia ora, my name is Aroha, and earlier this year I had the privilege of doing 3 hypnotherapy sessions with Mia at Manta Mind Hypnotherapy. So I met Mia after attending one of her mindfulness and meditation sessions at the library at Rotorua, and I found that really cool. It was about intention setting for 2020 and, you know, kind of putting people in the headspace of what they want and how to manifest that, and being clear with your subconscious and with the universe about what you want out of 2020. So after that session, I ended up having the opportunity to do 3 hypnotherapy sessions with Mia. So Mia and I booked my first session, which was a Saturday. I didn't really think too much about what I wanted to get out of the session. I just kind of showed up and off we went. So first thing to mention, I suppose, is that it's at Mia's house in her lounge, so it's quite comfortable. It's not really clinical. You feel like you're at a friend's place just having a chat. Mia is really nice. She puts you at ease. She's got a real sweetness about her and a real genuine kindness. And the first kind of thing Mia asked me was just a bit about my life, just wanting to get to know me, what my goals were for 2020, what things in my life I wanted to change, what things were going really well. She asked about my family, really kind of conversational, nothing too intense or too invasive. And then we got started. So one of my main goals for 2020 was to buy a house. I've rented my whole life. I'm a little bit older, you know, I'm 37. Kind of felt like I should hurry up and buy a house. I don't have young children, I have teenage children, so late to the property market for sure. But something kept holding me back, something kept me from really taking the step to see a mortgage broker, to talk to the bank, to get a lawyer, to go to open homes, and I just wasn't really sure what that was. But I was determined that 2020 was going to be my year to do that. So my first session was in January. After my first session with Mia, in which she helped me to clear just something from my childhood. Now, it wasn't something really intense. It wasn't something really traumatic. It was just a comment that a family member had made about me in public that I've carried with me. I've thought about it every now and then and thought that was really kind of not very nice what was said, but didn't think too much about it. Anyway, come out of the session, feel quite light, feel quite almost like you're vibrating on a different level to when you go in. Quite clear, just felt motivated to want to do something about my situation. So that was a Saturday. The very next day I went along to decided I'm just going to go to an open home. There's a house down the road from where I live. I'm going to just go and have a look. So I did. Went down, had a look. The house wasn't quite right. But I decided that I would use that house as to envision myself in my own home. So the pamphlet that you get at the open home, I actually pulled out one of the pictures of the house, and I put it above my mirror. And then the next thing I did was every day on my way home from work, I stopped at that house as if I was at home. I pulled into a little driveway. Nobody lived at the house. It was empty. And just kind of said to myself, I'm home. And as I was driving home, I'd say I'm on my way home to that house. decided that that property probably wasn't quite that right for me, but I continued to have that picture of that house above my mirror, and continued to try to manifest living in my own home and what that would feel like. The next week I went to another open home and decided that I liked that house and wanted to try get a lawyer, you know, put in an offer on the home and see how it went. So that's what I did. I called a lawyer the next day and said, hey, look, I've seen this house, I really like it, can I put in an offer? And so they kind of talked me through the process and said, yeah, you can do that. There's no legal reason you can't. Just put conditions on it. So I did that. Went to the mortgage broker. Straight to the bank. I didn't bother with the mortgage broker. Went straight to the bank and spoke to them, and they said, yeah, you should be fine. I had a little bit of debt, so I worked really hard over the next week while doing this to pay that. So I don't know, I just found the money. Not like I had a ton of savings, not very much at all, but I found the money and paid that little bit of debt off. I managed to finance the lawyer. I managed to put in an offer and have it accepted after a bit of negotiation. And March 18 this year, I moved into my brand new home. So while it wasn't simple, going to Mia and having her help me to figure out why I was holding myself back was really, really powerful. And I've seen that little thing in me that was holding me back, that little thought about myself that maybe I didn't deserve it, it wasn't my time, what if somebody says no, what would I do, how would I feel, and trying to flip the script on that was really powerful. And I've seen that manifest in my life in other ways over the past few months. Being able to recognize that feeling of, oh, what if I can't, and go, hold on a second, you've done it now, you've done it once, you can do it again. So I would absolutely recommend hypnotherapy with Mia in particular to anybody who wants to achieve a goal, who has something in their life they might like to change. Book a session with Mia. She is just such a lovely person. She's genuine, she wants to help, and it will change your life if that is what you truly want. So I suppose that's a key point as well. You have to go in really wanting whatever it is that you're telling Mia. You can't kind of want it. I did go to another session and I said, oh yeah, I kind of want this thing, but I wasn't really that hung up on it, to be honest. And of course it didn't really work. So you can have all the hypnotherapy you like, but if you don't really want it and you're not willing to put in the work, it's not going to happen. So that's it. That's my review. I know it was pretty long, but Manta Mind Hypnotherapy. Give me a call. You won't regret it.